Hi, welcome to Life as Tebogo Knows It. My name is Tebogo and thank you so much for joining me. So when I created this platform, I not only wanted it to be vibes and good times, but I also wanted it to be a space where we can come and have conversations about the things we go through and experience, especially as young people, particularly young black queer people. And that is why I decided to make this particular video today. And this topic might be a little bit maybe triggering for some people, and it might kind of also be low-key wholesome. For me is a little bit of both, so trigger warning. So lately I noticed a shift and like a change sort of in my confidence, specifically in my sexuality, my gender identity, and like my queerness as a whole. So I don't know, I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I'm the most confident in myself and in who I am more than I've ever been my entire life. I guess some might say maybe it comes with age, but I feel centered. Well, not completely, but like, you know, I'm in like a good wavelength of being grounded. And when I had this epiphany, I don't want to lie, I was a little bit taken aback. Not in a bad way, in a good way, because personally I have been going through a self-love journey, a healing journey, you know, just taking care of myself and my mental health for a while now. And I guess starting out, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know what I'm going to deal with until I'm dealing with that particular thing in that moment. So it wasn't an easy journey and I'm still going through it, but at the point that I am in right now, it's amazing. As time goes, I've been figuring things out as I go, which is what I'm doing right now. But in those moments of putting in the work and trying to do the best that you can, sometimes you feel like, especially in the beginning, I just felt like, "Ugh, this is so dumb. I don't know what people are talking about." Sometimes I would feel stuck. Sometimes I would just feel like, this is pointless. What am I doing? And it can get really difficult, especially if you're not seeing anyone or a professional. It can be very daunting and challenging, but when you look at all the pieces of work that you put in and you just put them together and look back, you realize that, oh my gosh, I have come this far. And that's basically what I have experienced recently, hence I am doing this video right now. So like I said earlier, regarding to my queerness, I felt like that was one of the biggest things that I needed to work on. I needed to heal from, and I just felt like a lot of my traumas, not all of them, but majority of my traumas came from being a closeted queer kid and growing up in a black religious household. And I think a lot of you can relate when I say that shit will leave you scarred for life. And that is why I feel like a lot of queer kids, especially black queer kids, need to see a therapist and talk to someone, because it's hard. That shit can leave you with like wounds that are hard to heal, and like baggage that you are going to carry with you for the rest of your life if you don't work on them, and that is not healthy. And I think a lot of it has to do with growing up and learning that the world hates you, and hearing what your other family members have to say or think about people who are like you, or just seeing how other people who are like you are treated and are hurt, or even like not seeing a good representation of people like you. And somehow that forces that little closeted queer kid to shy down and just close up and push people away and isolate yourself. And for me, it went as far as hating who I am, hating how I was, and hating my queerness and hating everything about me. And that completely diminished my confidence. And for the most part in my childhood, I was just like closed off and lonely and scared, and a lot of my true self was hidden from anyone and everyone who was around me. It was so bad that even at my big age, after coming out. A part of me still was not secure in who I was. A part of me still hated who I am. And I would often seek validation from other people and not even in a healthy way. I remember the first time I thought of coming out, and I was so scared and alone, and I didn't know who to talk to. Um, and because of that, I decided to continue this whole straight persona that I basically had on for years, just so I wouldn't have to see the disappointment in my family members' faces when I tell them I am gay. Until I realized that, hold on, this is not about them, this is about me, this is about me being happy, and this is about me living my true authentic self because I also deserve that. So I eventually came out. And even though my family was very supportive and accepting, but because I still carried that trauma and that baggage and that self hate, that I hadn't fully accepted myself for who I was, it presented itself in many ways. One of them being me still having a double life where I could completely express my queerness and fully be myself outside with friends and strangers, but when I was around my family, I still had this shunned. I shunned myself basically. I couldn't be myself, I couldn't express myself, and that went on for quite some time, which is very sad when I think about it. Don't get me wrong, this totally had nothing to do with them. They were fully accepting, they were supportive. I'm not sure about my extended family, but anyway, I don't care. But they accepted me. The problem was with me. I had a lot of learning and unlearning that I needed to do. I had to learn to love myself again. I had to go back to that little queer kid who was hiding for many, many years, who was scared for many, many years. I had to go back to her and tell her that it's okay to be who she is. She's loved. She deserves to be loved. She is worthy. She is perfect. And I constantly had to remind her over and over and over and over again until she believed me. I had to allow her to grow. I had to allow her to express herself. I had to allow her to explore herself. And I had to allow her to live, to make the mistakes, to do the things that she wanted to do, but she was so scared. I had to let her be herself. And the moment that became my mission at that point, something amazing happened. It's like my past self and my present self met and they just comforted each other and they just loved on each other. And that feeling, I remember it so clearly. In my heart, I felt like I was doing the right thing, and it was the most amazing experience. I can't explain it, but the closest I can explain it is it felt like rebirth. And it felt so good. And for the first time, I felt like my present self was not stuck anymore. My present self could now look forward and want to live and want to be themselves and want to continue to explore themselves. And I was so open to learning more of myself and seeing who I am and seeing who I'm becoming and just completely falling in love with myself over and over and over and over again. And there's still a lot of work that I still have to do. I feel like this is something that doesn't have a destination. It's something that you have to keep on going as you grow older and as you learn more. I mean, you know what I mean. And just being at this place that I'm at right now, so secure and confident in who I am, and how I look, if I can say, in my queerness, and just knowing that, you know what, fuck it, the world is full of hate, and if anyone hates me, that's a them problem, is not a me problem. And it's so amazing to have full control of your confidence and your emotions, and not allowing other people to have that control. Just knowing that anything and everything I feel, I have control over it. I don't I I I don't want to have the next person have control over my emotions, or how I feel about myself, or how I look at myself, or how I live my life. Everything is in my control. So even if someone makes a hateful comment, it's not my problem. It's a them problem. They need to work on it. It's not gonna affect how I feel about myself. It's not gonna dent my confidence. It's not my problem, and I'm never going to dim myself down just to make the next person comfortable. They have to deal with that uncomfortability themselves, and that is where I'm at right now. So recently I bleached my eyebrows few weeks ago, and I made a video about it because I thought it was really cool, and I posted it on TikTok, and man, it got a lot of views. I didn't expect that, but obviously with like a lot of views you have to anticipate a little bit of hate, and there was a bit of hate. Like, some people were like, what are you doing, why would you do that? And I was reading past those comments and I'm like, dude, I'm a bad bitch. I think I'm a bad bitch. The reason I'm posting this video is not because I'm looking for validation from you so that you can tell me I look good. I posted it because I thought it was cool and I wanted to share it with people who think it's cool. And that's it. And none of the negative comments affected me in any way. And I was just so happy. I was so content. I was so calm. And I think that's one of the reasons why I started this channel, and I have not been posting, because I was so scared of what other people would say when they see my videos, what other people would think. I was so scared of other people's comments, and now I'm just like, fuck it, that's none of my business. I'm gonna share. I love creating content. I love telling stories. I'm a storyteller. This is what I love to do, and I'm gonna do it. And I'm not gonna let people who have their own issues and who are having a bad day stop me from prospering and living my life and being happy. I'm not gonna argue with people who are clearly not educated in what they're talking about. It's not my business. I'm not dealing with that. Although I was talking about my queerness, but also in my looks, like, I literally shaved off a head full of hair. I went bald. I bleached my eyebrows. I do whatever makes me feel good. I do what I want in that moment because it makes me feel good. And I'm going to continue that because it's my life. I deserve to be happy. It doesn't matter who I am, what I identify as, who I identify as, who I love. Um, I am me and I deserve to be happy, and I don't care what the next person has to think about it. That's where I'm at right now. And it feels good. It feels so good. And honestly, I love this for myself. I think I'm headed in the right direction. I'm very confident in that. I'm very excited about what the future holds for me. I'm so excited to start creating content. I'm so excited to start creating a lot of queer content. So, yeah, it's a good space. I love it for myself, and honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I am manifesting it for you as well. But you have to be willing to put in the work and take care of yourself and take care of your mental health and your well-being. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. This may or may not have been a mini rant about what's going on in my head and my life, but I just wanted it to share with people who went through the same thing or a similar thing, or people who are going through the same thing right now. So yeah, I just wanted to share with all of you guys. And if you are going through this, you will get there. Just put in the work, and I love you so, so much. Let's continue this conversation in the comment section. I want to know what you think about this whole video, and also I'd like to hear your experiences as well. I'd love to hear your experiences as well. I'd like to hear about your growth. I want to hear about your journey. I'd love to hear about your experiences as well. So yeah, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please show it some love by liking this video, and also subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be posting more content, and I want us to grow this community and grow this family, and yeah, just vibe. So I will see you in my next video. Bye.